be far enough because, you're allergic to each other. Yeah. Hey, folks, it is February the 3rd, and today we're going over the second third of chapter 31. And the terms we have on the board are Verus, Cicero, Pirates, Lucullus, and Pompey. And here in a couple of minutes, we're going to have the students in class help us answer the terms on the board. And I'm going to go over a little extra. So, here we go. It works better when y'all talk with each other. That way you're like on the same page and you know what you're going to do.
So he's a governor of
Well, yeah, but don't forget, he went up around the Black Sea, like.
In Rome, there's the greater part of the brain.
It's like, but yeah, the pirates were based all around, up to that side up there towards the Balkans, and of course the Mediterranean down towards the North Africa. So.
He was a stealer.
So he was a governor.
You know what we need to remember? When Olympius was big boy.
What?
When Olympius was big
He
boy.
stole gems, paintings, tapestry, gold sewing vessels, and even palms.
Did you give yourself fangs? Just wondering. Oh, that's okay.
What? Yes.
I read that in some cultures that's a sign of youthfulness.
Now they do different stuff, like they sharpen their teeth, and it actually does stuff to their health. Yeah, it doesn't.
Your teeth are linked to heart health, neurological health. It's weird, but so.
Now, when governors
You can fix it.
some of the farmers.
Careful, there's a wall there.
Yeah.
Is it Varus or Varus? Because
It would be rarest if you're
And
and you got to those R's too if you want to be super Latin. Yeah, you gotta work that. I can do it after some syllable pairs, but I can't just trill an R out of nowhere, right? I'm just not trained in it.
do what?
Trill your R's, like roll your R's.
She double one. So she writes 6 pages. No, she writes 6 pages. Well, like, no, the bigger she can do. That's one less sentence.
Hey, all right, super friends, that's time.
So she had to do that.
And
So
so
we double the amount of pages.
let's go ahead.
What?
Yeah.
All right, kids.
Why is it gray?
Bless you.
Thank you.
Because that's what it was.
Don't you like diamonds, Brian?
Hot dog day.
Oh,
Hey, so as according to our readings, surprise, surprise, Roman officials weren't always very fair or friendly to the people that they were appointed to rule over. And we have the story of the Roman governor Verus, who's in charge of, where was it, Sicily?
Yeah.
So he was in charge of the island of Sicily. And if you remember, that had been a place where Rome had fought for and against off and on. And so he's going to be very corrupt. And essentially, he's going to use his power as governor, but also essentially the soldiers assigned under him to use his authority in order essentially to overtax and rob the people around him. This is going to be a major problem for Roman tax collectors or the people under them, because the Romans have a nasty habit of where usually Romans don't collect their own taxes. What they do is they essentially license people to collect taxes for them. It's not good. It's not good. And so the only way though these tax collectors make money is by demanding extra money. So they have the authority to demand as much money as they want when they collect taxes in some cases. But they have to pay a certain amount to Rome. So they have every incentive reasonable to scam the people under them out of their cash. And if you don't obey, they send in the Roman legion. And you could then of course lose everything sold in slavery and all those terrible things.
So you're telling me this guy could just walk over and be like, okay, give me $1 billion.
And see, the thing is though, well, he could say that as long as you had the assets. But the thing is though, he went overboard. He actually even did this so far where it broke Roman law. And of course, the biggest transgressions of all was that he hurt Roman citizens and took from Roman citizens and killed Roman citizens, especially in humiliating ways.
Brutal.
And he knew that he could get away with it because he made so much money, he believed he could bribe his way out of trouble. If you pay attention to anything that has to do with human life, that's a reality. Bribery is a very enigmatic problem in human nature, is that we'll have rules. However, whenever it comes to money, people are willing to break rules. So, and that brings us to the young lawyer, Cicero, who we've talked a little bit about Cicero in the past. Well, the people of Sicily are going to call up Cicero to essentially be their prosecutor and to bring Verus to trial. And so as he's in trial, Cicero, who's known as the greatest Roman orator and lawyer ever, is going to make an outstanding case against Verus. And despite all of his cash and corruption, Jane, you got to cut that out, he's going to be able to convince the jury to go against him. Verus is going to bag up all the wealth he can and get out of town and evade execution. There's Cicero later on in life. Cicero is a very, very patriotic, by-the-rules Roman. He's one of those guys who's going to very, very strongly look back to the good old days of Rome, which from our perspective might not have been wholly good. But to them, it was kind of like how we look back to the days of the patriotic Americans during and after the American Revolution, right? It's it wasn't all perfect, but Americans usually share that idea that this is a time period of great patriotism and self-sacrifice, and people being willing to give up their own creature comforts and needs for the greater good of the nation. And so Cicero looks back to the Republic like that. As we've seen, Pompey is going to be tasked out with getting rid of pirates, especially throughout the Mediterranean. And as he goes through, he's going to be very effective with this. He's going to divide up the area and send out multiple, essentially, armies and navies out to go crush these largely disorganized pirates who were very effective and nasty against merchants or like people who didn't have a lot of defenses along the coast and things like that. However, once they go against an organized army, they're going to fall rather quickly. We find something similar to this often with, say, later on with Viking raids. Very fast, very effective against unarmed people who don't know you're coming. But whenever against a professional army, toe-to-toe, they didn't do that well. So Pompey's going to be very famous from this. And of course, there's another war with Mithridates, the king of Pontus, over there, I guess, northern Turkey, if I remember right. And so in the meantime, they had this guy, Lucius, Lucius, I guess you could call him, was out there trying to win over the people by being fair and restructuring the law there and the tax collecting system to try to make the people not rebel. You could almost call it, like in modern terms, you could call it counterinsurgency. And where you try to win the hearts of people around you so that they don't give aid and comfort to the enemy. However, he wasn't known for being a great military commander. His troops did not see him as a way of profit and glory. And also, it's not unlikable to personality, from what I understand. So he's going to do, did he die or did he lose his command?
He just lost his.
Yeah, he lost his command to a mutiny, that's right. So his troops turn against it. It's kind of like pirates. They give them the black spot, and then they throw them overboard. So in disgrace, he leaves, but that's okay. Pompey's coming in. This is a Roman carving of tax collectors, which is like going to be a really big thing throughout all of Roman time, and they will be despised and hated all the way through the fall of Rome.
To this day.
Well, yeah. I mean, what's the joke? Taxation is theft. I mean, it's without your consent, and you can use coercion
There is
as in force to get it from you. And then,
consent to taxation if you live in there.
I mean, the thing is, it's you can thank your ancestors for that money. All right, especially the income tax. All right, so this is something that's going to be very well. All right, maybe not, but then you have to blame yourself, right, or your parents. Like, dude, of course, you can't go anywhere without taxation. Really, I mean, honestly, it's a modern phenomenon. But it has to do with like what's more important, like what you owe your nation or what is your property and your freedom. When you go back to John Locke, your property and your freedom is more important than anything.
Housewife.
Well, you're not going to have life without property. Well, like life is fine, but you have to have property and freedom in order to defend those things. And you can't have freedom without freedom of economics. You can't distinguish the two. But that's okay. Forget it. I'll go on forever. All right, so Pompey is going to be super successful against the forces of Mithridates, who is going to take his own life because his own son betrays him in order to try to take over the kingdom. They're super jazzed about that. And so what do the Romans do? They turn against those who they felt had betrayed them. And so they start moving down along the coastline, modern-day Turkey, into the Middle East, and of course Judea. And on the Sabbath, when the Jewish people were not allowed to work or fight, Pompey's legion comes in, easily takes Jerusalem, and he marches into the temple where you have the Holy of Holies, the Ark of the Covenant, which was supposed to hold, I think, like the shattered tank, some manna or something like that. Yeah. And he was like, where's the God statue? And he didn't see it. So, sure. That's going to be like, and this is when, of course, they're going to make Judea into a Roman province. He's going to come back. This is a Renaissance painting. Man, that's hard to follow. It's kind of it's just so cluttered. He's going to come back and have a victory triumph. Pompey, the guy who was made dictator, who totally smashed the pirates, people credited with destroying the forces of Spartacus, Mithridates, and all this other stuff. And they're like, hurrah, hurrah, we love you so much. So yeah, he was super, super famous for his time. So, all right. Hey, all right, kids. So we have Verus, Picato, Pirates, Lycurgus, and Pompey. So
What if I can't read words?
can't raise the ball. Stand on the chair.
No.
Okay. Hey, or get Jose to do it.
Oh,
So if one of you could please go ahead and write what we need to know about your most awesome.
Are we gonna go in any sort of order?
Yeah, let's just go in order.
Let's use a different code.
Who has the V word?
So to you. You can take whatever you want.
okay, which one do you want?
Up to you.
I have my preferences. Like that doesn't mean it's good.
Choose a color, Jay. Did it be the governor?
No.
The governor? Yeah.
What is
Of
governor?
Sicily.
Governor Sicily.
Yeah. You know what? Can I just hold you to write this?
That's a bit much.
I can reach.
All right.
You can reach. Good job, David.
James, you're right back to you.
Okay, he's the governor of Sicily and he stole food from the farmers.
Which is a terrible thing to do.
And he also stole statues and pretty much he stole lots of things like gold, silver, statues, and paintings.
This dude has people criticizing him tens of thousands of years in the future.
What is it?
Well, it's a litany of bad things. It's not like like somebody who's a good, outstanding citizen, and one day he just decides to steal a car, and the rest of his life is known as a car thief. No, he's somebody who seems to have like a pattern of wickedness.
And then he's like, actually, individual, he has all these people in the future.
Silver, okay, that's better.
Still hate him.
and statues.
He's an example. Of course, it doesn't sound like he was somebody who really kind of thought through or cared about what people thought.
Persecuted by Sicily.
So it's probably like, he didn't seem to be like legacy seeking. He just wanted to get rich. Dirty, dirty rich.
Was
Persecuted by Cicero or Cicero.
Oh,
I can't read.
You can't read?
It's
not my handwriting.
Like, oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You made mistakes on it.
Yeah, hey guys.
Over
I'll
the
look at
teeth.
the online notes and fix it later.
Here, I'll read it out to you. Yeah, and if you need to, yeah, I can post it and all that
I
stuff.
see the word governor.
by Cicero.
That's it.
But yeah, try to write slowly and legibly as much as possible.
He's the governor of Sicily and he stole fruit from the farmers. He stole gold gems, silver, statues. He was persecuted
No. I like he also stole, but
It cracked like an egg.
by Cicero.
and okay, wait, and when he lost, he took as much wealth as possible and fled.
Well, hot dog.
He took it and ran.
Stole. He lost.
It says he's still roaming the Italian countryside with a big bag of money. Living
He
net
he
fetch.
took all the riches and ran.
I'll go.
What are you talking about?
And turn into.
Saying I'm
All,
lying or something? You can't
You're getting rich.
saying you're mistaken.
all
Oh,
the.
Oh no, I lived in Italy for a couple years and I never heard the legend of the Roman Varus.
Well, I've never been wrong. One time I thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken. So.
Ross
Well, that's a paradox.
Is
riches. And fled.
and
Wait, who was the good lawyer?
Cicero. That's their term.
That was-
Yeah, they're gonna tell us about Cicero. Good job, guys! Hooray! Woo! All right.
I can't read that.
Oh, what?
It's
Yeah, we-
your writing.
Silver.
That's okay. That's okay.
When he lost his case, he took all his riches and did.
That's a Zoomer way to say he ran.
All right. Hey, ladies, can y'all tell us about Cicero? Ciceronis?
Oh, so that's why it's different handwriting. I just realized that.
Yeah, I let them do this yesterday. I don't know. Mix it up every now and again. And, hey. You don't
She
have
said-
permission.
She
It's
said
okay.
it. She said it.
Did you say that?
Infant.
All right.
He's a baby.
Remove it.
Turns out that is the actual dad.
Remove it.
That's pretty nasty.
Destroy it.
What's mine?
Destroy it.
I gave birth to.
You gave birth? Okay. Yeah.
Don't know if pirates are captured, CJ. Pirates, I forgot what pirates we're talking about. I like a lot of pirates.
Well, there were a lot of pirates in the Mediterranean.
In the
Yeah.
book.
I wouldn't
Pirates
yeah.
didn't really care after they started getting a lot of money. They started kidnapping people.
Like, I don't know which pirates we're talking about. We talked about pirates that stole the money from those slaves. We talked about the pirates that kidnapped Caesar. We talked about those pirates in
Where's
And,
here?
and
We're talking about the pirates that we read today.
I did read anything today because I like finished this chapter yesterday.
Huzzah.
Oh, the pirates that were looted and taken their over the sea.
That's typical of pirates do, but which ones?
Which one? It doesn't mention which one.
What's
It
the
just
word
says
after
pirates.
Pirates,
Drew.
Yeah.
The Gauls, the Mediterranean pirates.
Drew. A grand,
There's some pirates that allied with the Spanish city.
a small.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the pirates that
Yeah, those
stole
ones.
money.
Just know they're almost always in the
I think
Mediterranean.
it says vivid. Yeah.
They actually had a lot of problems with Celtic pirates.
I'm too short to reach that, that's why my hand moves. Like, a third thing actually.
I don't know. I'm trying to think about it. Like, yeah, I'm sure there were pirates in the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea and Mediterranean. I'm sure there's like all over. But I can only think of these guys. I don't know.
Were there pirates in the Caspian Sea?
They all
It's
ran
weird. It's like a big
Caribou.
lake sort of.
But it was a super big lake.
Yeah.
It's, so I would imagine there was, the thing is, this time, like, I know places like Russia, there was hardly even any like what we would call like towns. Like there was like super small farming villages.
Didn't Cicero win the case?
But like
Yeah,
I
I
don't
won the
even
case.
know. I don't even know if Kiev was
I
like,
didn't read writing all that.
Varus
or
ran
Novgorod
away.
was even
Varus
like.
ran away. Cicero won. and
Neither of
won.
those are in the Caspian.
Yeah, they're not. But
You-
but see, I don't know
they
anything
both lost.
about.
No, I thought.
I don't know enough
He
about
later took
Hold
up
on.
thing as like.
that area,
What do you
especially
do?
during this time period, because it's like it's prehistory
Varus
for
ran away.
that part of the world.
Cicero won. and
Because there's
won.
no written like records.
Then they were
Like most of what we know, even from people like the Scythians and stuff, were actually written by
Cicero
Greeks.
didn't
So
leave
it's like-
as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like that far
He
east, I don't
killed
know.
both of them.
I can't think of anything.
Can I erase that for a
I
second?
think he'd have to depend on archaeology.
Wait, if you guys said something like.
I mean, the Persians were on the Caspian.
Hey, it said going backwards.
Well, yeah.
Civilized.
Why is that?
Well, they say Persian history's kind of a growing thing, but so much of what they wrote didn't survive. That it's kind of it's piecemeal.
I didn't write that
You know,
in.
there's not a lot you can get. Hey, so Cicero, young lawyer, had an important office on an island, tried to persecute Varus, or prosecute, yeah. He drew a vivid picture of the
Sicilian.
Sicilians. The case ended
Sicilian.
hopeless.
Oh,
Doubtful cause. All right, hey, good job. All right, pirates. Oh, that's a Latin word, right? I learned that one in Latin. Piratus. Was it, or is it feminine? Is it pirata? I think it's first declension. Pirata.
They were causing trouble until they were.
All right, so pirates.
They basically had like the entire ocean to themselves.
Yeah, they were taking over.
So they were pirating?
I
They were
remember reading about them
pirating. They were
scamming
doing
slaves.
They were pirating.
Slaves. We're talking about the ones that scam the slaves, right?
pirating.
Well, yeah, the ones that Pompey was fighting, right? Remember, they had like a lot of like pirate villages. They
They had
had
like 4
a bunch of
countries.
boats. Brian, fix it.
I don't remember that, Brian.
Should've-
The Chinese.
That's why y'all should have discussed it.
I don't know what to write. Those pirates.
Try to persecute their.
This handwriting looks like some serial killer stuff.
That's nice for pirates.
Yeah, it
Good. Yeah, it is.
Pompey was
Thank you.
actually kind of looks cool. It's like, dude, this thing that
Oh,
you've seen
they were
in
kidnapping people too now.
Yes. Yes, they were.
But that just.
That's not here. That's the most important detail. Kidnapping.
They were also taking over places on the coast. They had a lot of pirate villages.
It's not $12.
The
Jay,
case
would you
ended
quit?
hopeless.
It's
Then he like
A.
stopped them within like a
election.
month of his return.
Dude, that was probably not that long.
Same.
Man,
I said know how to spell office or pirate. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong one. He knows how to spell pirates.
Oh, people were afraid to cross, I don't know what sea,
The Mediterranean.
because the pirates were like moving everything that crossed.
Stop them within 3 months. So within 3 months. Of his return.
I'm just gonna continue.
Is that those pirates or these pirates?
I'm just gonna wait for someone to read it out loud.
They were very
Why do you write
powerful.
those words?
Yeah, we're attacking city.
The next person needs to go there with a pencil.
I like how we're all running very
Like,
fast.
And I'll go up there and manipulate the,
Yeah, right.
because
These
we
pirates.
never even smaller.
Those pirates that talk.
Okay, it's pirates.
All right, let's see.
Well, that means you get to do something.
All right, so the pirates that Pompey was fighting, they had a lot of pirate villages. They had a lot of boats. Yes, they were kidnapping people. They were very powerful and
Attacking cities, and even attacking cities.
attacking cities. Yes.
Fell within 3 months of the Pompey's rule to professional army.
Yes. All right. Awesome. Hey. Very good. So, Legolas, not Legolas. Legolas. Sorry.
That's just.
Y'all get the low, y'all get the short, all, the tallest ones get the bottom one.
So,
The short ones get the top one.
not that
Are you
short.
saying it's rigged?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
totally.
not rigged.
Not a free and fair choosing
Yeah, what
of the
about Tom
people who write
Brady?
on
He's
the.
like the main character.
I should have gotten the short, I should have gotten the low.
Suck it up.
Just an anomaly.
No, pirates. Took your pirate privileges.
Wait a minute, the handwriting is getting
No, that's
small.
it, in the pirate Pokemon.
Yeah, that's
Actually-
the definition of pirate, yeah.
Yes.
Pirate.
I'm pirating Pop, like the movie code. I won't forget how there's like a disclaimer at the beginning saying if you pirate this movie, you'll get a $250,000 fine and 10 years in prison. Uh-oh. Like, you're in prison with an inmate. I told you, you pirated Pop.
You won't get $50,000 fine and get your 50 for this false information.
That's what it said though, the FBI can do that. The Federal Bureau of Investigation can like say, hey, you have a legal copy of the B movie, 10 years.
It's not a serious crime, it's not actually. It will probably be distributed. But like if you put it up for pirate, you probably get it on the pirate. Probably not 10 years though. I mean,
No.
you get less than that for that.
Wait,
Like
you
actual
don't sell it.
that.
No, I trust the movie.
As long as you don't sell it, it's
I trust movie people title free.
I want to be a Jeffrey Double like Jeffrey
Yeah, I'll just get rid of it.
I said that.
Did you think about it?
As long as you don't sell it.
Gosh, you're right, big.
Thank you. Let's all say thank you. Thank you.
I said thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a good thing to do. We're mindful of others.
Is that a colon and then,
They had a lot
I
of
wish you
votes.
could treat it.
A what?
Did that say they had a lot of votes?
what's a colon?
Oh, okay. I can live with it. Sent by Rome to wage war on the Mithridates, wanted justice for unlawful tax collection insurance. However, since he was not
Oh,
very
not
well liked.
insurance, interest.
Interest. Yeah, there you go. Interest.
Interest. That's
Very good. Yeah, yeah.
Spelled interest.
it's close enough.
What we're forgiving people. Well liked ideas were refuted. Good job. Hey, you want to come and get Pompey for us?
Not so professional.
I didn't read it.
She didn't read it yet. You can talk to her about it while you're writing. So let's go ahead. So this is our last one. See about Pompey.
Mr. Wagner, how do you spell,
Question.
Mr. Wagner,
What have
Mr.
you read
Wagner,
it? and
how do you
what
spell
favorite game?
professional?
What did I say?
You're,
That's not very nice. Like, assume things, but-
Is it two F's or professional or one?
Oh, you confirmed it.
Yes or no?
The elephant dream box under Pompey's rule.
It is no, it's just one F. I was right. Yeah, but it's two S's. So I did spell it right. Wow, yeah. All right. I get to go home, iron my face. All right.
What is this marker?
It's getting different.
it's a black mark.
Is it running dry?
Yeah.
Another one.
Got a million black.
Mr. Wagner, why don't you just buy?
He's getting you another one.
I think that.
I'm still wearing the
I like to run them dry
Why do you not have that?
because
Because she doesn't deserve it.
I'm an eco-friendly minded person. These are. I think it hits your hand.
Yes, that was a good throw.
He didn't throw
It's
it.
cool-ish.
Me won't.
At least I'll catch it.
Yes, suppressed pirates. Man.
What?
It's good. It's like MEDIT.
Absolutely, you're next.
What?
Sorry. It's funny how everyone just thought of it.
Here we go. The med seats.
I spent all this time.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Because it basically means like the between the lands, like Middle Earth, Mediterranean, like.
Why did I agree
They
with
built
you?
like the
Who's
old
granted
dragons.
power?
Well, I guess put it that way, sure. So yeah, the hobbits
And
made
if
their
you just
holes
kind of
in
left
the,
the
in the
taxes
sea.
alone, like, it'll work itself out. I'm sure.
I don't know the map in Blue Earth. I bet it's just like a map of the Mediterranean with sort of.
Tolkien was too smart to do something like that.
You sure?
But I mean, he used. But the thing is he used a lot of he used a lot of historical, but especially mythological things to put this stuff together. But it was all like what's funny about it is it's all biblical based at the same time. Yeah, so it's like he took so many things that had to do with like European culture, and he just like he's like, I'm going to take all of these things that have to do with pagan history and pagan beliefs, but I'm going to make them into a Christian story about elves and hobbits.
What does
He
it
did.
start with?
What? M?
Oh, right.
Well, his ideas were.
Just like a few letters. I know what we're talking about. Okay. E. What?
Right.
Just put MED, we got what it is.
Meth. Oh, yes, meth.
Mithridates. MITHRADETES.
Myth rates. Myth.
Mr. Dyke.
I mean, it's written right above you. It's written right there on the board.
Is that a
right next to
colon?
your head.
And
Are you
and
calling?
well liked. Yeah, that's a good.
Colin
Where, the little
That's
plus
a
sign?
and Mr.
Jonas, you're
Yeah, so
fast
he-
as well.
remember-
Between M and
Thank
He
you.
did a lot.
No,
So
that's an I. I just don't write it very well.
shh. Okay, so Pompey suppressed pirates in the Mediterranean Sea, was granted command of forces outside of Italy. What did he do? All right, so he fought Mithridates, and what did he do after that?
He took the Holy Land.
Yes, very good, very good. So, yeah, he went down.
Mediterranean Sea.
Yeah.
That's true.
No.
He went down and he conquered
What is
Judea
the Indian one?
right up to the edge of Egypt. But don't worry, Egypt's going to fall very soon.
I actually want to put conquered the Holy Land. That's fine.
I mean, that's
It's your notes. It's what helps you remember.
On the
Hunger told me,
Saturday.
was confused by lack of statues.
Yeah.
I'll bring mine up.
It's like, where's your items? Hey, very good. Yes, Concord Holy Land. All right, folks. So that's going to do it for today. Please keep in mind, if you have not finished the assignment I gave you the Monday, it's due on Friday. So make sure you get that done. Talk to you later.
They don't
So-
have it tomorrow, you know.
See